Hey, it's Denny from Prize Property. I once again had to make the video that I was filming about the fluid changes of my tractor into two parts because I had filmed too much content. You will also see during this next part of the video that I also ran out of storage on my USB card, so I didn't get to film the oil changes in the front of the Kubota tractor, which was I ended up doing it and not having anything filmed anyways. On the front end, I did bring you back the next day because I filmed another part of that video. But I assure you I did replace the oil in the front with SAE 80 weight 90 gear oil for the front end of the Kubota 2920. That's what I had in it originally, and it worked fine for the front end. It also is thicker than the Kubota's UDT fluid, which is another one that they recommend for the front end of that tractor. But anyways, I'm not sure what day I'll get this all put together for the second video. Well, this is what I'm doing with my oil. Maybe dispose of it properly or dispose of it properly. But that's what I do with it. I have one of these old 5-gallon buckets full of that was old hydraulic oil. Or other old oil that I put in there. And either that, I dispose of it the right way. Right now I'm a little bit jammed up in here. Got my side-by-side in here and got a bunch of stuff in the wrong way. But there's the tractor. I got it all opened up on the hood and everything. Sitting here, it's a 2920. It's not the biggest. Like I said, I'm planning on possibly going bigger. I don't know what brand for sure I'm going with. There's the wood stove I was telling you about. Does a really good job of heating this garage up. It's a lot of, even on the coldest days, I've jammed lots and lots of firewood in there. And it's not, it's only a 30 by 30 garage, so it's not like it's a big deal. Well, hold on, I gotta kind of dream up places to put you so that you can see it. I'm not gonna fill the oil all the way up tonight. I'm gonna give it time to sink in, but it's by the book, it's supposed to have like 4 gallons. And of course your filters are going to hold so much. It's one good thing about this tractor. It does, other than I put this toolbox in the way, but I didn't really have any other place to put it. So I mounted it there. But it does make it pretty easy to get the hydraulic fluid in it. And I'm using Rural King's, one of the hydraulic transmissions. It meets the Kubota UDT fluid levels or specifications, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Kubota's brand. So, and I've done this for a while on all my other Kubotas and stuff like that. I started using, I mean, it's just crazy what Kubota's asking for their stuff. And actually one of their employees told me it's basically the same thing. He said it's the same thing. It's just, and this tractor doesn't have to run the Super UDT, and the only difference between the Super and the UDT that the guy told me is one's synthetic and the other is not. I mean, maybe I will put the, I'll leave so much in the other container. That way tomorrow, after. Okay, there we go. I think that's as good a picture as you're gonna get. All right, loosen the nuts, the bolts, the drain. Dang it. The drain plugs. And on this tractor, it has it on each side. One on the left and one on the right. I probably should do the farthest one first, huh? It only holds, so I can do all the oil once because it only holds, the motor only has, the crankcase only has 3.5 quarts in it, I think is what it said. Whatever it is, it's way less than, see that oil's black. Let's see, we'll take this side out. Had to use an extension to get to it. And while you guys were gone, and I ended up filling the rest of the 4 gallons of hydraulic fluid in because I looked it up again to make sure I was right. And the whole thing takes 4 gallons, so I figured that's good enough. I'll put it all in. Okay, I'll let this drain, then I'll tighten them back in, and then I will catch you when I'm doing the oil filter. Look, drain out of the crankcase. I like to do this, you know, I can change the air filter, I guess. And man, that was dirty. Huh? That was really dirty. Might have to. Look at all that dirt. That was time for that to be changed. Might have to get a rag to wipe that out. I got one here somewhere. I didn't expect it to be. I don't think it's ever been that dirty before. And see, that's the pre-filter, and then there's this filter that you're not really supposed to touch with your hands, but how you're supposed to get it out. So what I like to do is I do wipe this off quite often. And like I said, you're not really supposed to do it with your hands, but you're not supposed to touch that, but I've touched it before, so it's too late. So And that doesn't come in the kit that I got. I think that's whatever year I bought this tractor, that filter comes with it. I think that pre-filter, this filter came with it. Hold on, I'll take you around, see if I can. I don't know how well you're seeing that. Well, that's a lot better than it was. Put that back in. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly how well you saw that. But my kit did come with the... And buying this kit was pretty good. I mean, it's not cheap by any means, but look how much better that filter looks. So, I guess one of these times I probably should buy that new RXB26. I guess that's what the number is. That took a minute. I had to make sure that the the top lined up for the top, of course. And then I snapped them snaps in. It took a second to get to there. Sorry, I couldn't do it with one hand. But then you snap it back down into place, and there it sits in that clamp, you know. And let me check on the oil here, and I'll get back to you. Oh, well, here I am again. I got the oil filter loosened up using the pipe wrench again. It should drain a little bit, not as much. And the same with this side. I do the same with, look, oh man, that oil was black in there though. Turn you down a little bit. There it is. Yeah, I got it pre-lubed, see? And then got to get into here, try to get it on there. One thing I will say about these little Kubota tractors, they do make it pretty convenient to do this work. Now, like that seal that I found leaking, I'll have to get somebody else to do it. I just don't have the tools to do it. Hopefully we can limp it along. Not like we're going to limp it, but keep it along for the year. Get through the season, and then it can sit over there at the local guys that does, you know, tractors work, farm equipment work. Hell, this is just a little tractor for him, so he should be able to handle it. Let me get you on something else so that I can have you right in there where I'm dumping the oil in. Then the only thing else I got to do here is I got to change the fuel filter And, well, I got the front end I could do too tonight. Talk to you here in a second. Well, this is only supposed to take 3.3 US quarts. So we'll do a little bit and then we'll have to check it. And, you know, I got a gallon here. You know, I don't understand why Kubota does 3.3. Why not just put 3 or go to 4? Why do you gotta go 3.3? But of course that'll take a couple times up and down filling it up to actually see what it does. Once it says it's full now, then I'll stop. But I know it'll suck up into, you know, heck, they say in a car engine it takes a whole quart of oil to get into the oil filter. Now I don't think that happens with this tractor, but it's still. Well, here we are now at the fuel filter, and I should be able to take this off and it's supposed to shut off, but I remember something last time that there's like a valve in there, it didn't quite seal up, so I got the oil pan sitting here to catch the fuel until I get the filter changed, because it's pretty easy to change other than it does this, you know. That seemed to work this time. So, well, maybe something was just a little bit stuck the last time, that's all. I gotta get a screwdriver or something to pop that out for some reason. I got diesel fuel all over my hand. That's something I didn't check for, to see if this kit came with another set of O-rings, because it has 2 O-rings, has one inside and one on the outside. Hard part's just getting the filter out of this cup. Anyways, that's where your fuel goes in there, and it's supposed to, the dirt's supposed to drop off, and the filter itself, you know, catches it. But anyways, here's the new one. Then I got to replace those O-rings. You got to make sure you line it up to the right way it goes in. I know that. I remembered that. As soon as I figure it out. Huh. There it goes. And then you put this gasket on this. And then I got to get that other one out of there. Just stack it up, get that out. I ended up using, on the old one, I ended up getting this gasket back out, or this O-ring out with a little fine screwdriver. It popped right out. That's one of the few things that went smooth here, or at least there we go. It's now everything's in place. New filter in there, and all you do is screw it back on, and you see it's releasing the fuel in it because it pushed up on that valve. Until I get it tight, and it, you know, bleeds itself out, which is good. So and you just kind of make it snug. Well, I lost you last night because my memory card filled up on my camera. So anyways, I changed the front, and there's where I had to drain it. And then that's on the right, or the driver's side, I guess you'd call it. And on the other side, same spot, but just on the back side of the thing. And as you can see with all the oil on the floor, we had a heck of a problem last night. But not only did I lose the memory, but there's where you fill it too. You have to put a funnel up through. Of course, you got to have the fenders off, which I did put back on too. I mean, I was already out of memory, so I figured I'll just finish it. Now, the only thing left to do is run it up and down the driveway a couple times, get all the filters filled back up again, check for leaks, make sure everything's good. And there's my 2920 back together, though. You've all saw that tractor on previous videos.